Here's why you play Uranus, the asteroidal defender in the EXP lane. First off, he possesses incredible sustainability, allowing him to withstand heavy damage in prolonged fights. Uranus boasts strong shielding and HP regen, which keeps him alive even under constant enemy pressure. His skills provide great area control with slows and damage, making him effective in zoning out opponents. However, Uranus has limited crowd control and relies heavily on close combat, making him vulnerable to ranged enemies. Uranus's passive, Radiance, grants Uranus sustainability by absorbing energy from incoming attacks. For every attack received, Uranus generates stacks that heal him over time. At maximum stacks, his HP regeneration increases significantly, making him harder to take down in prolonged engagements. This passive is key to staying in fights and surviving poke damage. Uranus's first skill, Ionic Edge, releases two energy blades that orbit around Uranus, damaging enemies and applying a slow effect. This skill gains power with each stack applied to enemies, increasing the damage of subsequent hits. Use this skill consistently in the fight to deal sustained area damage while slowing down enemies, allowing Uranus to control their movement. Uranus' second skill, Transcendent Ward, enables Uranus to charge at a target location, dealing damage to enemies along the way, and applying a slow. Upon reaching the target, Uranus generates a shield that absorbs damage and explodes when it expires or is destroyed, dealing additional damage to nearby enemies. Use this skill to engage fights, mitigate damage, and disrupt enemy positioning. Uranus' ultimate, Consecration, releases stored energy, removing slow effects from Uranus, restoring HP, and providing a temporary movement speed boost. It also grants radiance stacks and increases shield strength and HP regeneration for a short duration. Activate this skill during critical moments to survive burst damage and turn the tide of fights. A typical skill combo for Uranus is to start with his second skill to engage and close the distance, follow up with his ultimate to maximize your survivability, and then spam his first skill for sustained damage and slows. This sequence allows Uranus to stay in the fight while dealing consistent area damage. Moving on to builds, I usually build Warrior Boots, Dominance Eyes, Enchanted Talisman, Oracle, Brute Force Chestplate, and Radiant Armor. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, Flicker is a great choice for repositioning or escaping sticky situations. Alternatively, Purify can also be used to counter heavy crowd control teams. Uranus performs well against heroes with low damage abilities like Tigreal and Franco, as his sustainability allows him to outlast their attacks. However, ranged heroes such as Layla and Leslie who can kite Uranus effectively due to his limited crowd control and mobility is a problem that he has to face. Pair Uranus with high damage heroes like Beatrix or Hanabi to maximize his ability to absorb damage while his teammates deal lethal blows. You should prioritize upgrading his first skill for consistent damage output, upgrade his second skill as backup, and always upgrade his ultimate whenever available. Uranus thrives in prolonged fights, so focus on staying in the front line to absorb damage and maintain pressure. Use his second skill to initiate or disengage while utilizing its shield for extra sustainability. Activate his ultimate when you are low on HP or being targeted heavily to recover and re-engage. Keep spamming his first skill in team fights to deal area damage and control enemy movement. Always stick close to your team to provide zoning and tanking support, but avoid overcommitting without backup as Uranus struggles against crowd control and burst damage.